Jake Paul, he's a marketing genius. He just made 30 million apparently off losing to Tommy Fury, and he probably knew no matter what he was going to get paid. If he lost, he knew there's going to be a rematch written in the clause of the contract, and everything that the Paul brothers do feeds their ecosystem. You have Jake Paul, he owns the promotion company and he owns a betting software platform. Logan Paul, who owns Prime Energy Drink, which is blowing up and now the official sponsor of UFC. You have Logan Paul, rockin' Barstool Sportsbook. They're all feeding an ecosystem and they're creating this ecosystem that they monopolized. Even if Jake doesn't fight in the future, they know that boxing, celebrity boxing, influencer boxing is a market that can be capitalized off pay-per-view purchases. And if Jake made $30 million off a fight that he lost, he's not gonna stop fighting because he knows he can keep doing these fights with how engaged his audience is with him, and all the people that hate him still end up making him bigger. Because every person that talks about the fight, whether good or bad, is only driving his social value higher and creating more fans that like him even more. Because you're gonna have the side that you split away, that doesn't like you, that still markets you, and the side that comes in because who you are, you lost, whatever, but they liked watching you get up there and actually fight a boxer, and it's just gonna keep making him more powerful. This is pretty common in the celebrity world, is if you have this hype and you're trying to ride the hype, you're gonna keep building things that make your influence stronger, or you're gonna create things that are an existing piece of your own brand that now people can purchase. And it's smart, it's really smart. They know, both of them know how to get attention, and they know how to cater the attention to monetize it. It's the McGregor model. What Jake did for this fight is exactly what McGregor did before every fight. They use these extreme tactics, controversial tactics, and hype tactics to get people really interested in what's gonna happen, what's the outcome, make people think it's rigged, make people think that the past fights weren't real opponents. And then it just creates this natural hype, and that grows and snowballs, and then they can go on stage and create more hype on the weigh-ins and do all these little things that lead up, and it's all just knowing how to gather and steal attention and then monetize attention. McGregor became a billionaire, or as close to, off of a UFC fighter who was a shit talker, who knew how to piss people off and get attention and make people hate him, make people love him. It's the controversial. You basically stir the pot and you build a fan base off stirring the pot. And you have the side that loves you and the side that hates you. And they end up driving the success of the personal brand, the celebrity brand. For McGregor, his whiskey, which he sold for stupid amounts of money. And it's all attention. And the people that are the best marketers in the world are good at getting attention, and then they're good at monetizing attention. Last night's production in Saudi Arabia, it was great. They probably spent a good amount of money to pull that off and to make it at the level it was, but there was no fluff and bullshit in it. It was just a good old boxing throwdown. Compared to some of these pay-per-view productions or UFC, there's so much fluff and there's so many ads. You could tell they went with a very specific model and to focus on the fights, to focus on giving a good show. And I was impressed. I watched it. I only really watched the Jake Paul fight, but I thought it was well done. And I thought that for both Tommy being a boxer since he was a kid and Jake Paul being a YouTuber who's become a boxer, I thought it was a pretty good fight. I didn't expect, I either thought it was going to be an early round knockout by one of the fighters. I didn't expect it to go the distance. I figured with how much Tommy has fought, or in the family he comes from, that if he went the distance like that, would have had a later round knockout, or Jake Paul would have came in and had just a crazy early lucky knockout. But you know, it's interesting because I think that they both could fight more. I think they could fight another rematch and hype it up and make a lot more money from the rematch, because now it's like Jake lost and he's trying to be a boxer, and Fury's undefeated. So he just took Jake Paul's perfect record and gave him the first loss, and you know, they made a bag off of it because they understand the attention game and they understood how to play it. Also, this is a new studio office. I'll do a tour another time, but pretty sick down here in New York City.